Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour. I've got an interesting gentleman, Manny Bains, with us tonight. He is an award-winning film director from Toronto. He's just released a new health and wellness film called The Cure, an inside job which features 11 world-renowned holistic health experts from the U.S., Canada, and Europe who have joined forces to show people how they can heal themselves using natural and holistic methods. Manny says his goal is to inspire global healing around the world. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Brian. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be with you today. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to get into some amazing content and some amazing things that we have to share with your audience today.
Excellent. Fantastic. So where do we see this film?
Yeah, so right now you can check it out at www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com. We just won Best Health Film from Cannes World International Film Festival in February. So that was our latest achievement and accolade. And right now you can go to the link, we'll post a link at thecuredocumentaryfilm.com to check out this amazing exclusive film, Brian. It is life-changing. It is motivating. It is inspiring because when you watch this, you're going to be motivated to take a different path for your health. And that's a good thing. Watching something that's going to lead you to a better path to your health is a good thing. And this was a 2-year journey, Brian, of tracking down some of the top minds in the areas of holistic health and wellness, downloading all of their wisdom. We had about 35 hours of content that we had to put into about an hour and a half film. And it's a lot of work. As you know, making a documentary film is not easy. And it was a journey. And I'm so glad that we birthed this to the world. And we've had great feedback so far. And I'm just excited for people to watch it because, this is a topic that is serious, right? If we talk about our health, it's something that, if you ask someone, do you want to improve it? They're like, yeah. And it's such a big topic, but we did a great job of breaking it down into certain segments in the film and made it simple for the audience to understand, Ryan.
Okay, so, without giving us the spoiler alert, tell us about some of the things that we're going to learn if we watch the film.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did a really good job of kind of making a high level and simple, right? Anything complex contains a lie. We wanted to just make it simple for the audience. So basically, we started off with identifying the current system, and it's there, and we love it. But what are some of the gaps that's going on? How is the current system currently, the current health medical system doing? What it's doing right, but what things it can improve. And then we just go on like simple stuff. We don't want to make it complicated. Diet, nutrition, sleep. What supplements are good for your body? What is holistic health? Because most people don't even know what it is, right? And it's really, the body has the ability to heal itself if you put it in the right conditions, in the right environment. And then also looking at, the current, system and how, the medical practitioners are literally on a treadmill, right? How you only get 5 or 10 minutes with your primary care physician. So how in that time can they diagnose you and get to the root cause of
if you're lucky enough to have a primary physician?
Exactly. They're all so busy now, right? So we kind of reveal that and then kind of lead people on a journey of the all-encompassing areas of health, right, Brian? So everybody says when you think about health, okay, I got to eat healthy and exercise, which is great. But what are the all-encompassing things? What about, finding your passion, purpose? All of these things kind of contribute to creating a healthy, vibrant human being. You're doing your podcast here, which is great, right? So how can people find their passion and their purpose, which then leads to them being more healthy and vital?
What's passion and purpose got to do with health?
That's an interesting question because you could be healthy, right? And feeling good, but if you're not doing what you're meant to do when you're on this planet, like what is your purpose, right? For being here? What is your bigger why? I don't think we're here to just, work a job for 60 years, retire and die. I think people have this innate wisdom that they want to do more. They want to do more for themselves and to help people. So what is that passion? What is that thing that speaks to you? Is it music? Is it singing? Is it art? Is it podcast? What is that? And really tapping into that is also going to make you bring out your best self and your most vital and healthiest self as well.
So tell me who some of these practitioners are that you interviewed.
Yeah, so my goal was to bring just a variety of experts in the holistic health industry. So we have nutritionists, we have primary care practitioners, we have energy healers, we have who else? We have chiropractors, we have other people as well who are nutritionists who have been in the field for the past 3 decades, and them coming together to really speak on the power of holistic health. Because how do we stay healthy so we don't have to see the doctor as often, right? How do we stay at our most vital selves? What things do we need to do on a daily basis? And, they describe it in the film. I don't want to give too much away, but, what things people can put in their body to serve them, right? The difference between certain foods. So if people are eating one food, what's the healthier option, right? Power of fasting, letting your body rejuvenate. So we've basically encompassed a lot of topics in this film, Brian, and it's for an amazing, amazing film. And I encourage people to check it out.
What's an energy healer?
The energy healer is somebody who does like Reiki. It's kind of seen as probably woo woo back 20 years ago, but it's really coming in because everything is energy, right, Brian? Everything's energy, frequency, and healing. There's a new modality called Reiki where they're using the energy, different energy shifting in the body to bring about health and wellness. So I wanted to get a variety though. We did have one primary care physician because I wanted to bring that credibility and expertise in there as well. So we had a variety of people, but all speaking on the same topic of how people could, heal themselves using natural, holistic, and preventative methods, so they don't have to wait to be sick to go see a doctor.
You say that on your website that you're going to break free from chronic pain, anxiety, and depression. Seriously?
Absolutely.
Diet, sleep, and nutrition can help you break free from chronic pain, anxiety, and depression?
Absolutely. So when we look at anxiety, we look at it sometimes, it's not always a mental health issue, right? As you know, we talk about the gut in the film, and the microbiome has a lot to do with the brain health, as you'll check out in the film. So sometimes, mostly when someone's diagnosed with anxiety or depression, right, we're quick to give them drugs to fix it, but we're not looking at, okay, well, what are you eating? What are you putting in your body, right? What is your sleep like? So we need to address these things first and get to the root cause before we start pumping people with drugs, right? What about the kid who, in school who can't pay attention? Oh, Johnny can't pay attention in school. He has trouble, focusing. He gets distracted easily. Okay, well, let's send him to the doctor. And what's the doctor going to do? Right away, give him a pill. But okay, well, hold on. We didn't address that Johnny could be eating 4 packs of Gushers before class. Johnny may be sleeping 4 hours a day. So let's kind of address the root cause before we jump to the solution of giving them drugs, which then affects their self-esteem, self-confidence, labeling kids, which then causes a whole bunch of other issues.
What motivated you to, you're a film director. What motivated you to do this film on health?
That's a great question, Brian. As a film director, it's my obligation to create films that spark new conversations of thought and challenge current paradigms. I mean, I don't like to do films on small topics. I like to do films that are plaguing the majority of society, and the films that honestly, I want to create social change on a global scale. I want to impact lives, and I feel like that is the I've been endeavored with this, amazing, skill to be able to do that. So I just want to create films that help people. And, this film, COVID happened. I said, people are lost. Let's look at health. I said, it's such a big topic, Brian. If you ask somebody, what is health? They would be like, it's such a big topic. So we wanted to break it down. Obviously had a family member who my mom actually healed herself from diabetes through holistic methods. So that really led me on the path of discovering, holistic health and preventative methods. And then I just started to track down some of the best minds in the world on this topic, and downloaded all of their wisdom on holistic health, put it into a documentary film, and brought it to the world. And now our goal is to impact as many lives as possible with this film.
Fantastic. What a inspirational objective that you had. And you obviously have that passion and purpose about it. And so that's one of the keys as well that you've identified. We're going to take a break for some messages and come back in just 2 minutes with our guest talking about his film on health and wellness. Stay with us, everyone. Back in 2 minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour. We're chatting tonight with Manny Bains. He is a award-winning film director from Toronto, and he's released a new health and wellness film called The Cure, an inside job which features 11 world-renowned holistic health experts from the U.S., Canada, and Europe, and he's joined forces in this film with these 11 practitioners to talk and show us how people can heal themselves using natural and holistic methods. His goal is to inspire global healing around the world. Manny, lots of people say we have right now sick care, not health care, that we deal with people when they're sick rather than trying to keep them healthy. What's wrong with our current system, and why is your system better?
Well, I think having a sick care system is a reactive system, right? It's waiting people to get sick before we treat the disease rather than preventing the disease in the first place, right? What is that old saying? An ounce of cure. What is it? Prevention, cure, that thing. Yeah, an ounce of prevention, right? So that's it. Like, why aren't we looking at preventative methods, right? If if that results in less people being sick and more people being healthy, that's less burden on the system, less resources being spent on these people. So I think we need to slowly just look at, well, how can we, instead of being a reactive model, how do we then just respond and help people, prevent the disease in the first place? That way they can stay healthy and there's less resources on the system.
So let me ask you a little bit about some of the people that you've got, because it looks like a really interesting array of different physicians. You've got Dr. Christelle Blanchard, who's a naturopathic doctor. What's a naturopathic doctor?
And a naturopathic doctor is someone who is obviously not a primary care physician. They're licensed under, regulatory board like the Ontario Naturopath College, right? And they have a degree, and their goal is to, when people maybe haven't found the results in the current system and they're looking for alternatives, then come to a naturopathic doctor to seek the root cause of what's really going on, with their health issues. So maybe they've gone through the current system, something hasn't worked for them, and they're looking to try maybe a non-invasive, a more natural way of helping their situation.
You've got Dr. Stacy Cooper, who's a chiropractor, and I think a lot of us understand what that is. But then you've got Kim Nakarta, who's a stretch mobility coach. What the heck is a stretch mobility coach?
Yeah, so she actually stemmed out of physio. She was a physiotherapist, and then she found out that what the physios were doing was not, again, addressing root cause. They'd give you a few stretches and stuff, you'd feel better. So she developed her own method called the stretch method, which is basically ways to help people, overcome arthritis and very stiff joint pain. She found that the physio was only giving so much result. So she's developed her own methods. And I can tell you, Brian, some of the stretches and stuff she showed me, it's really, really helping me. So, these people are really, really well advanced in what they do. They've been studying their field for years, and they're just really good at what they do. And they share all of this in the film. So I encourage you to go check out The Cure, because you're going to get absolute value from all of these practitioners who come from a wide range of modalities, as they show you how you can heal yourself through natural and holistic methods.
Dr. Daryl Wolf talks about the Brave Heart Nation. What's the Brave Heart Nation?
He's starting a movement whereby he wants to empower people to become their own practitioners. So I think, most people, when they get sick, they just say, okay, well, doctor, fix me. And they want to export all of their power out to the physician. They're there to help you, but you have to help yourself as well, right? So everybody thinks, your doctor's not going to make you healthy. They're going to assist you in making healthy, but you have to do the work too, right? So it's like a joint collaborative thing. And I think what he's encouraging people to do is to, obviously do their own research and unlock their healer within, right, Brian? Like, I'm sure you take care of yourself. You do certain exercise, you do certain habits. You're taking that onto yourself. And I think that when people do that, it empowers them to be their own kind of, healer and health advocate, rather than just saying, "Oh, I'm going to export it all to the doctor," and then that's a kind of disempowering. So that's what he wants to do with creating the Braveheart Nation.
Margaret Stock is a speech language pathologist. Why a speech language pathologist? Do we know how? Do we have to learn how to speak better?
Oh my God! So she has her own. This is her own film. Basically, yeah, the kids who don't develop proper speech as kids, right? Kids that maybe have slow learning and patterns of developing speech, and they're a bit late speaking. Well, it all relates to, how their jaws form. It's very deep what she talks about. And basically that's due to parents not feeding their kids the right foods, or over, indulging on certain, they don't breastfeed for long enough. So she's got her own amazing modality, and she's helping kids every day, learn to speak, quicker and clearer for themselves.
Holly Roylance is a functional health practitioner. What's a functional health practitioner?
So she wrote a book called Get Younger. She's a holistic health and wellness coach, but she specializes in keeping people younger. What are the things that you can do to stay young? What certain supplements does your body need to, reverse aging? What type of exercises and workouts do you need? And, people go on these long workouts of 1-2 hours, straining their body. They're actually damaging their joints. When she says in about 5 or 10 minutes, you can do a HIIT workout, high intensity workout, and still get all those good feelings, and you put less wear and tear on your body, and then it actually sustains you longer. So she shares a bunch of tips and tools in the film as well. Also showing you what metabolism type you are. So you can have a slow oxidizer and a fast oxidizer. And somebody who's a fast oxidizer, burns calories quick, maybe likes to eat meat, multitask. Well, as a slow oxidizer, their fuel burns slower. So knowing what foods work with those different metabolic types. So she's really, really well knowledge in all of
I've
those
heard so
aspects.
many people talk lately about just 10,000 steps a day. So it doesn't sound like the hit sort of strategy. It just sounds like getting out and walking.
You know what? You know what I heard? I heard the 10,000 step thing is a complete lie, sham, because it was made by the companies who made these smartwatches and they just made up a number, 10,000 steps, right? It's not been scientifically proven. It's just been somebody said it and it's a cool thing. Where's the science and data, right? It's the people that made these smart devices. They just wanted to give a number. So that's also another fad, in my opinion.
Bad. So it's okay.
Fad.
So then you've got Grace So, who's a quantum frequency healer, and
This
Quista Biggle, who is a quantum living advocate. What's quantum frequency and quantum living?
So, Brian, there's so many, the advancement of technology, right? It's moving faster than the freaking speed of light, but yet our current systems are not adopting it. But technology's out there, right? It's moving at the speed of light. So Krista has this thing, Brian, and I don't know whether it works or not. I'm still on the fence, but it's called this AO scanner. You can check it out. AO scanner. The Brian, it hears your voice. So you say a sentence, Brian, and by you speaking that sentence, it can measure your vitals, everything about you. And it's a scanner and it scans your body through this app and through this tablet. And all of a sudden, Brian, it knows everything about you, what food you're allergic to, what, your sensitivities are, and I was just shocked at this, right? So it's called the AO scanner. And then she has homeopathy pellets that she charges for you to take it. So that's what she does. Really, really deep, really, really new and innovative technology that's out there.
And then you've got Michelle Whitaker, who's an intuitive channel. What's intuitive channel?
So she's a Reiki and healer. She uses like crystals, those crystals in the earth and stuff, these quartz crystals. They're basically, precious crystals that have been mined from the earth, and they have special energetic principles that, when worked with the body, can create healing and move kind of unwanted energy throughout the body. So it's kind of the future of medicine, right? Because our body is made of energy, right? If you look at it, it's made of atoms, molecules, and it's moving that energy around. People have healed themselves through many things using these energetic crystals and healing methods, which was new to me.
Sounds fascinating. And how does one go get this film? Where do you go to go see it?
Ladies and gentlemen, go to www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com. www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com. Check out the film. I didn't want to create a film, Brian. I wanted to create a movement. And on the site, we have many different levels to help people. So you can buy a ticket to just watch the film, but I wanted to make it deeper for people. So there's another ticket where you can get special deleted scenes. And then there's also a VIP ticket where you get a free consultation with these practitioners. So I made it like this film is for you. It's for the audience, so they can get the most value and the most, healing from it. So this film is meant for the public. It's meant for people who are, if you're going through health or you want to educate yourself more on this topic of holistic health and wellness and how you can stay healthy and be a happier, healthier human being. This film is for you. I encourage you to check it out. Watch it with your family, because when you watch it with people, you learn better. You can have conversations. And it's really going to motivate you and inspire you to take, a better path for your health. And that's a good thing, right? If something motivates us to do better in our lives, then I think that's good. Better than the stuff we're watching on Netflix right now.
Well, and I love your answer about sleep, diet, and exercise, and I think that's pretty critical. And I think passion and purpose are important too. And so I think you've got some great lessons there, Manny. I appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you so much, Brian. It's been an honor and pleasure and privilege. And thank you so much for having me on.
We're going to take a break and come back with some other comments from me about health and wellness, passion and purpose, sleep, diet, and exercise in just 2 minutes. Stay with us, everyone. Back in 2.
I know what we can talk about.